rivalry.
No, bro. CSK MI always.
CSK MI and
It's
CSK
the most-
RCB is also good.
CSK
Now
MI
CSK RCB up but हो रहा है because of the last
2018
season.
and onwards. No.
Sure.
CSK is the biggest rivalry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the oldest technically is RCB KKR. Can't deny that.
Who cares? Hello everyone, welcome to Over and Out. I think long overdue. This is how our channel started, IPL auctions. So we're going to be talking about the weekly review for season 18 for IPL.
So IPL is no more a young child. Huh?
Yeah, it's
As
legal
in-
almost.
Oh
in-
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
Penny's been thinking.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
legal now.
Yeah, not in Canada.
Yeah.
It's legal otherwise though. Can't get married though. Anyway, I think this is the only league that matters. I don't want to trigger people, but at least in cricketing world,
CPL is a very good league also.
Masasi is not gonna agree with that, but we're glad.
So
he's
is
not here.
PSL. So is PSL. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're not glad he's not here. We're just not glad that he's not here for this comment. So, anyway, moving forward, it's been a fun start for this season. I would
I
say.
mean, it's always right. IPL is kind of the festival of India, and it's like whenever it starts, everyone says, "Yeah, it's gone too much. All the players are retiring. I'm not going to watch it anymore." Like, I think IPL, like you look back at the 18 years now, the brand is bigger than individual names. People, Sachin retired,
Yeah.
Harbhajan's not playing, Chris Gale's not there anymore, A.B. de Villiers is not
Villiers.
there. Like, big names of IPL, Shane Warne,
Yeah.
Shane Watson, all of these big players are not playing anymore, and IPL's still there, right? Everyone still tunes in. So
And the other big names like Steve Smith, David Warner, they're not getting picked at all now.
yeah, so it's a different beast, but it
Yeah.
doesn't fail to entertain somehow or the other.
Yeah, David Warner is captaining a PSL side apparently.
Karachi
He
Kings.
didn't get picked for IPL, so
Tells you about the levels, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
But it's been a fun week. I mean, you obviously started with the defending champions, KKR, RCB, and I wonder if the purple jersey is telling us something about your sorrows.
No man, CSK all the way.
Yeah.
CSK all the way.
CSK all the way with a dash of purple in it.
Nah.
It's an interesting game, right? Because Narayan comes back and doesn't score a single run anywhere in the world across the year, and then comes back to KKR and something happens to him. Suddenly he's like going tall.
Yeah, it's the money.
Honestly, like I don't mean to bash any West Indian player, but throughout the entire calendar year, especially in international matches, half of the tournaments you don't see this team because they don't qualify.
Yeah.
And
But no, IPL stars
They
don't
also-
anyway play for the West Indies, right? Like Narayan, Russell, neither of them play for the West
I'm
Indies.
But they
not talking
refuse to
about-
play for the West Indies.
Exactly.
It's not like they're not picking them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, so it has been a trend over the years, not just like 1 or 2 seasons. We have seen this all over.
Yeah.
But anyway, coming back to the match, KKR RCB, I think it started off as a good
Yeah.
match and then it somehow turned boring.
Yeah, the atmosphere was electrifying, right, in the
Yeah.
beginning, and as Kohli was batting, but towards the end, when the win seemed inevitable, it started to get a little boring, as you mentioned.
I mean, but that's the point, right? Like the KKR, they managed to retain most of its bowling unit, right? And I mean, even though Stark went for a lot of runs, there's something about Stark which scares you, right? Like, and I think Spencer Johnson just doesn't give you the same.
Yeah.
So except Narayan, obviously Chakravarti went for runs as well. So I think KKR's bowling lacked that spike where there was no point in the game once the batsman was set in where I was like, okay, KKR would probably make a comeback.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say Stark went for a lot of
No,
runs?
no, so Stark
Talking
last
about
year.
the
Last year, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I was searching for him. I was
Yeah,
like, whoa,
he's in
what?
Delhi now. He's in Delhi.
Yeah.
He's in Delhi, but that's kind of the thing with KKR. I feel like
Yeah.
it's the bowling lacks that bite unless they're on a very spin-friendly pitch where Chakravarti and Narayan come into play.
Yeah.
It just doesn't scare me as much, and I think
Which
RCB
is also-
took advantage of it.
Yeah, which is also what I wanted to ask. Why would you change the pitch if you have quality spinners? Why can't you go the Chennai way? Why can't you play multiple spinners and play on a turning track? Why does it have to be a flat track? Why do you need Narayan to give you those 60 or rather 80 run power plays? Like you could use the old technique and still win the games.
So I mean, I think there was a news article that Ajinkya Rahane wants to bring back the spinning pitches, but apparently, so Eden Gardens had a change of pitches a while back, like a few years back, and the pitch curator basically said no, that the IPL teams cannot tell me how to make my pitches, which is, I mean, it's stupid, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is the home advantage
Yeah.
for KKR at that point? So I don't like that fact. But the RCB batting, Nishant, that was
Oh yeah, it was too good.
something, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did not have a lot of expectations. I thought it would be a little closer than what it was. But once Phil, Salt and Kohli started going, in the first 11, I would say first 8-10 overs, we knew that the game was pretty
Yeah,
much
and
dusted.
it was another opener who came from KKR, moved to RCB, scored a lot of runs after
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Gayle. Yeah.
See, Chris Gayle was like a mountain of salt right
Yeah.
on your burn. Phil Salt's just a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like a bottle of salt right now,
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
has a potential to turn.
It was
But
very interesting though because when Gale moved to RCB, his first game was against KKR and he got 100. And here as well, Phil Salt moved from KKR back against his original team, and he got a lot of runs here as well. So I don't know. I mean, there's something about it. Plus, I think Kohli coming back into T20s again after that T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
Hasn't played a single T20 game since. Got a lot of runs again.
I was
Yeah.
very impressed with the Rajat Pandya. What did you guys think? I mean, captaincy
Oh, yeah.
wise, batting wise,
Mm.
like fucking hell, what the way he was playing the spin, like Varun Chakravarti and like even Narayan, he managed well. Obviously Narayan didn't give a lot of runs ever gold, but
16 ball 34 and
Yeah.
just 1 6 in that, so that tells you he's a class player obviously.
Yeah.
So I think the bowling changes were quite interesting, using 6 bowlers in your first match, and it was quite interesting giving Krunal Pandya one more chance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Krunal
4
Pandya's
overs, 29 for
a
3.
Yeah.
I think on that track, as you said, it was not
Yeah.
really a very
Yeah.
spin friendly track. He was just bowling the right length, he was
Yeah.
keeping to it. Like,
So I mean, Krunal Pandya is funny, right? He sounds like he's finally in a team where he'll like get his due because in RCB, if you're the spinner, right, you can go for a lot of runs, but every performance you kind of look like a
Yeah,
fucking tank,
exactly. Because in Mumbai he was amongst all the other superstars, and then he moved to Lucknow. Lucknow is not the place to be. I'm so sorry. And in RCB again, one good performance and like you're there. You've arrived. Yeah.
did you notice one thing? Even in the auction videos, I remember we did not give a shit about Lucknow.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's something just with that team again. No, I don't have a vendetta. I don't have like this is why I hate Lucknow.
Yeah.
But there is just something. It just does not have an appeal of an IPL team. I don't know.
Yeah.
If
I
that
don't know,
makes
when
any
Gambhir
sense.
was there, I was enjoying it, right? Like, I think with Gambhir was like, with them, it was great.
The
Like,
first
wanting to
season?
fight with
First
first two
season.
seasons, right?
First
Like,
two
first
seasons.
season.
and they made a team which was also very Gambhir, like bunch of all-rounders,
Yeah.
Pakistan. So I think I like Lucknow. I think obviously there's some ownership issues there and stuff which make it different. I mean, we can talk about the Lucknow game,
Yeah.
Who would have thought they would lose from where they were, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like if there are two teams that will lose from that position, Punjab and Lucknow. Punjab and Lucknow.
You can't say that about Punjab.
No, not this season, but like historically.
Yeah.
I think Lucknow
Historically.
did not. Lucknow has never conceded more than 200 runs before this, so this is the first. My cameraman's actually a big fan of Punjab, so anytime we say something about
Yeah.
Punjab, we get moved.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
don't know how you feel about that one.
I think if you're moving on to the Lucknow game, again, ballistic batting as
Yeah.
always. It's getting boring as of this point. Again, I'm a fast bowler, I would say that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people would agree with me. It's entertaining, sure, but it seems like we were discussing this off camera as well, that the team that has somehow slightly better bowling, very slightly, will win the game.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, fair enough. I mean, Delhi, Lucknow, you could say that Delhi has a better bowling and Delhi kind of won, but I think
SRH, you take all the games. Keeping alone the CSK MI game,
Yeah.
CSK had way better spinners,
Yeah.
and I think they do have the best spin lineup. So, what my point was, again, 209 for 8, very decent score, I would
Yeah.
say. I think 200 is the new 170.
maybe,
They would have gotten a lot more had Stark not bowled well in the death.
Oh yeah,
I
he
think,
bowled a
yeah.
few international level deliveries, and other than that, pretty much like very regular.
Very pedestrian bowler.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
mean, that's what you want, right? Like, again, I feel like sometimes people want this all-class performance all the time from players, but sometimes these big players are those for moments, right? Because moments can win you matches. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck cares if Stark goes for 40 runs if he gets you 3 wickets up somehow,
I
right?
mean, looking at the bowling chart, he was not really the worst bowler. There were bowlers who went for a lot of runs.
Who was the worst?
One worst was, I mean, if you were to take, so the only bowlers who really bowled 4 overs except him were Kuldeep Yadav and Mohit Sharma. Mohit Sharma went 4 overs, 42 wicketless.
Okay.
Kuldeep Yadav 4 overs, 20 for 2, which is great. And you have one bowler, Tristan Stubbs, obviously not a bowler,
Yeah.
1 over 28. You have Vipraj Nigam, who batted really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Really well. 2 overs, 35 for 1. He was not really the worst of bowlers. Also, he is bowling in the power play as well.
Right.
At least his first 2 overs. So you have to take that into consideration as well. And जिस तरीके से Mitch Marsh was batting, I don't know उसको क्या हो जाता है. Like all of a sudden he is out of the scene. He's like not even there. Has been, and then
He's not
starts
been
seeing
performing in the IPL for a while, but like for Australia. He was captaining them for a while there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, I mean, I'm talking about a different format, but he wasn't very good in BGT either.
Yeah, but it's a very different game,
format,
right? You
but
can't
still,
really-
like, he looked very
80% of the players in BGT were not good.
Alright.
It was only 3 players or 4 players in
Right.
a certain game that was just taking.
So
the
exactly.
game.
But he wasn't very good in the T20 World Cup either. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so but I think the Delhi Lucknow game was kind of I really enjoyed it. I think Delhi's case. I had zero hopes right around the 13th, 14th
Oh,
round of
yeah,
the race. I was like,
100%.
they can't. And then Ashutosh Sharma, Krishan Sabs, it's
No,
like.
but before we get into the last part of the innings,
Delhi side.
Yeah,
Yes.
Delhi side. Yeah, we could also talk about how Akshar Patel started the counter attack after the initial collapse, along with Duplessis, obviously. But I think he just took the game on, and this is something that he's known to do now.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did that in the T20 World Cup final. He did that in the Champions Trophy a few times. He was promoted up the order. He's not someone who you would see at number 3 in an ODI game, but now he's playing that role, hitting those, acting like a pinch hitter almost. And he's doing that again in the IPL. And now now he's also like shouldering some more responsibility as captain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, some of the shots that he played while rebuilding from a collapse.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, like
No, but-
very fearless.
Yeah, no, Akshar Patel's obviously he's grown into this player, and I think he's one of my players to watch out for the season for sure.
Yeah.
I'm really interested, especially with Jadeja retiring now, he's going to take a bigger role with the Indian team
Yeah.
setup as well.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, I mean, with so many Indian players performing as well. I mean, and actually India could start fielding I think we should start fielding 2 or 3 teams.
Yeah.
Have a series here and have a series there. But the test team is playing, have a different T20 side going
It's
somewhere
gonna
else.
happen.
Yeah.
And it has to happen because everyone wants to play India.
Yeah.
They'll still get enough viewership. Do it at 2 different time zones, right?
Yeah.
And then
I mean-
you have cricket 24/7.
England and Australia sort of started with this,
Yeah.
with the whole multi
Yeah.
for a one team for one format kind of
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
But the simultaneous play is just not happening anymore. I don't know. हो सकता है आगे जाके 5 साल में if a team is for example touring,
Yeah.
you don't have to have a T20 series first and then an ODI first. You can have them concurrently as well.
I mean, fuck concurrently, right? Like, let the test team go play tests in Australia. But at the same time, we could have our T20 team playing in South Africa.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
I
what's the
mean,
issue?
we are close to doing that. We aren't doing that yet. But if you look at the T20 team, in the last 1 year, they haven't played with Jaiswal and Bumrah. Like in the last 1 year, that team that's doing so well, it's without Jaiswal and Bumrah right now.
Yeah.
So like, imagine if those guys get into the team. They're gonna be. I mean, they should be invincible on paper, but again, like international cricket, there's a lot of other.
But I mean, obviously, Nishan mentioned he's getting bored with the high-scoring games.
Oh yes.
So much Chennai, man. Reminded me of 2014. I was back in 2014, after a good school day, the IPL music is playing, and it's, Dhoni in yellow, Ashwin Anna bowling. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah, I mean, the Mumbai-Chennai game sort of made me realize that now since every team has played one match at least, so I think Mumbai has the weakest opening pair.
Is it? I mean,
Ryan Rickelton and
played
Rohit
great
Sharma.
in the Champions Trophy.
I mean,
come off.
But
Rohit
again,
Sharma-
do they fit well? Do they gel well?
I mean, it's one game you're basically got
नहीं
off
मैं
on.
one game की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Even before the IPL, I didn't know that Ryan Rickelton will be opening, but can you think of a worse opening pair? At least on paper.
I mean,
You have to understand that chemistry.
Fraser
also-
McCourt's not been informed, so you could
so-
probably throw in Delhi there. You could, Punjab obviously are
Sure.
well.
Fraser McGurk has a
But
better
Punjab
chance
on
of
paper
getting.
for sure has a weaker opening pair.
Who's the opener?
Prabh Simran and Arya. Arya did play well today, but that's a different issue.
I think Prabh Simran can be quite.
Yeah, but you can't get are you saying Prabh Simran's better than either Rohit Sharma or Ryan Rickelton?
I mean, honestly speaking, I feel like it may be hard for Rohit Sharma to make a comeback in this cycle.
Really?
He's not had a good IPL in years, but what
Yeah.
you want is give me 4 or 5 games where you score a quick fire 40. That's all you want from Rohit. I don't want 100 from Rohit.
No,
Mumbai has
of course
enough,
not,
enough
but-
of batting.
I don't know. Maybe that's my opinion, but it showed inherent weakness in the Mumbai batting. There's something obviously wrong with the team. Even though on paper it's always been a very strong
Yeah.
team. You can never say that ये वाली Mumbai side was weak.
Yeah.
But last season was obviously horrible for them.
Yeah.
They won what 2021 or 2022?
Yeah.
The season
Yeah.
that they won, and after that it's just been downhill for them.
And yeah, I think they don't gel well as a team for some reason.
Kuch
Yeah,
hai, like
yeah.
there's something wrong. I'm not.
I didn't get the vibes last year. I did. I think this year seems like a happy camp to me.
Yeah,
It's
it
you think
seems-
on
yeah.
Chennai, guys. Come on. Chennai knows how to create pitches to suit them. You had three
Every
spinners.
curator, like if you're playing in RCB, they have all the right in the world to do so.
Yeah, and I fully support and Chennai did well. Like, you had Noor Ahmed, which they paid 10 crore for a reason.
Right.
What a performance by the guy. Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran and Ashwin. It's just like.
And also, what's that guy's name? Rachin Ravindra. Yeah.
Rachin Ravindra batting
Yeah,
beautifully
yeah.
and Dhoni behind the stumps being Dhoni behind the stumps. It's like Chennai, like losing to Chennai is not shameful.
It's not shameful, but they're
Especially
carrying the
at their
vibe.
home.
They're carrying the same vibes from like 2024. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with you.
Like right now,
I think it's a
It
much
can be the
happier.
happiest camp in the world, but if you're
not
not
winning.
performing on the field, and obviously there is something wrong with Mumbai Indians, like with a team, itna aura leke aata hai wo team. They have obviously a proven record and everything. Just like this तरीके से, even when there is a weaker Chennai playing, you are always scared of playing them.
No, also like
Chennai
But
were
it's
also
just
scared.
not there around Mumbai.
you know, imagine.
It's also because Bumrah wasn't playing, and the other is funny, right? Once Bumrah comes back, think about that bowling attack, right? Because Bumrah is a 4-over bag.
100%.
Hardik Pandya does everything. What the fuck does that guy not do?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're trying to say. Like they're a side they haven't won since 2021, but they're still a side that that has retained 6 players.
Yeah.
You know, so they have confidence in those players, and we have confidence in those players because all of those players are playing for India still, like including Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, they have the most amount of Indian players playing in a
Yeah.
squad. So
Yeah, but something that, like it doesn't seem to gel well when.
वो just synergy होती है ना कि
Yeah.
how is it possible कि जो Indian team has been like absolutely dominating in the T20 side, half of it is playing in one team and somehow they're just not gelling well.
Yeah, and like
ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है?
exactly.
So anyway, I think
I mean, still early predictions. I would still think that Mumbai would make it to the final.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you this. Ki, हाँ, what do
They
you think
don't
Mumbai's
like
fate will be?
they just need that one perfect game. I feel, and if they get that in Wankhede, like they're on.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I also feel like Chennai is just one, like the way the Bombay team has been set up, right? Obviously, the guy, the new spinner they won, left arm spinner, he played very well. That was a surprise. But in general, it's a weak spin bowling attack. Still.
That guy's name
Vignesh-
was Vignesh Puthur.
Vignesh Puthur, right?
4 overs, 32 for 3. We'll
Yeah.
say these names because I know Rishabh Pant did something.
Oh yeah, he was like one other guy. And that guy played well.
He named the cricketer, I don't know his name, but then he was like, and that other guy.
Yeah.
And
How do you not remember?
Vipraj, I think that was the guy's name that that he was
I
trying to
think
refer
we're
to.
too harsh. We are too harsh on people. People are people.
No, I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is we need to take those names out.
Yeah.
If हमारी वजह से 2 लोगों को भी उसका नाम पता चल जाएगा, it's a win for the guy, right? So
Fair enough.
yeah,
And
so-
hopefully we get enough views for that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Vignesh Puthur, Vignesh
We're gonna
Puthur.
tag Vignesh Puthur.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think there were a few positives in the game from Mumbai side as well. That it took Chennai 19 overs to chase that. There was a time in the game when I thought that okay, this might actually be slipping.
Yeah.
You know, if Chennai won the game by 4.
It's like a 3
wickets.
middle order batsman.
Yes.
Dubey
So
and,
जब वो
Tripathi.
Vignesh Puthur charge होना start हुआ because the start that CSK got, okay sure, Rahul Tripathi पहली बार मेरे हिसाब से opener रहेंगे. तो
Where else would you play him?
maybe not play him. So
Yeah, I think
I
that
don't know.
was-
He's a very good player who never got his due. Maybe this could be his breakthrough season.
can't he play one down? Rituraj has always been an
Ruturaj
opener.
played great one out.
मैं वही तो कह रहा हूँ.
I think Tripathi and Narayan kind of a role where you go boom from first ball. If you don't score, we don't care.
Okay, I think
No, I
IPL
think Tripachi's got a lot more technique than Narayan.
Yeah, but you play like that. I think he's
Yeah.
at that stage of his career.
you have to understand IPL का slow gulp is all like
No,
boom,
but you're
boom.
playing in Chennai.
That's it.
No, you're playing in Chennai. You get to 170, you put
Because
suffice.
that's what's for once to chase 170. They don't need Rahul Tripathi. They have
Rahul
Chennai-
Tripathi, sorry.
MS Dhoni walks in at number 8, 7, 8, right? So you
Fair
have such a
enough.
big batting lineup. You don't need Rahul Tripathi there.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
have him there. Ki in case, man, you can give us a 20 ball 50. That's great.
हाँ,
Okay.
अब same pitch पे गायकवाड खेला है, 1 down out of position, 53 of 26.
Exactly.
ये किसी भी ग्राउंड पे अच्छा स्कोर है, पाटा पिच हो या
That's
it's
200
a
strike rate,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
200
So
ball,
200 strike rate है. Rachin Ravindra paced it absolutely well. I think he played a very Virat Kohli kind of innings. कि शुरू में start किया, बीच में एकदम से slow हो गए. Then I know कि हाँ अब मुझे पता है इतने रन चाहिए. He's like धोनी non-strike पे आ रहा है. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna hit a six and finish this off.
Very
Which may have-
ballsy.
Yeah. No man, I love Dhoni, but like
Yeah,
that
I mean,
whole
yeah.
point of him
Yeah.
coming and hitting a 6, I'm sorry, this is not a reality show.
It's a little cherry for the Chennai fans,
Yes.
right? It's
People were screaming when Jadeja got out. Like legit screaming, the decibel meter was out.
yeah. It's always the scene in Chennai for the last 4-5 years.
So I think again, I'm not trying to base this off of one game, but मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि Mumbai Indians might have the weakest batting lineup.
That's crazy to say with that batting lineup.
Okay.
I feel like
I look at
they just need to come off well in one game, just one game. I feel like that could be some game that happens in Wankhede, like hopefully early on in the tournament. Because okay, let's keep the batting aside. Let's talk about the bowling first.
Sure.
Let's say Bumrah comes back in the next few games. Bolt and Chahar start, and then Bumrah can have 4 overs in the death. I know that's not going to happen ideally. Bumrah will probably have 1 over in the power play, but you can also bring in Hardik Pandya in the power play. So that's 4 seam bowling options,
He
fast
didn't
bowling
bowl
options.
in the last
he didn't
game.
play.
They had
He didn't
Oh,
play.
he didn't play.
Right, one game because he was
Hardik
also
and Bumrah both
were.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we had 7 bowlers.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's exactly
what
what I'm trying to say. Like bowling options wise, they're very good. If they can like somehow get those totals down from 280 to like 220, 213, like Hyderabad and other places where scores are going soaring very high. Then they have a side that can chase 220, 220 very comfortably.
I think, but एक चीज मैं मुंबई को देना चाहूँगा. They had balls playing so many new guys.
Oh yeah, always
Like at
The
least the
scouting
names.
is great.
Always.
The scouting
Yeah.
is
Sure, like scouting का पूरा game ही मुंबई ने बनाया है
Yeah.
हमेशा से.
Yeah.
तो maybe they're in that phase कि कुछ seasons ऐसे जाएं and then all of a sudden they sprout young stars who are like playing in international
Yeah.
cricket and like they're winning again.
Yeah.
But again, it's a fast game. You
Yeah.
get easily forgotten whoever you are.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that. Like they played so many new guys, even though a lot of them didn't perform well. मैं एक बंदे के लिए happy था. That was दीपक चहर,
Right.
जो batting कर रहा था.
Right.
तो like
If he
it's
didn't
good to
score
see.
that, then it would have been a
It would have been
130
So
game.
वो
So,
28 of 15 was very needed at that point.
Yeah.
And वो confidently कर रहा था.
Yeah.
It was not like कि कत्ती
Yeah.
लग गई, इधर उधर लग के पीछे चले गए, कुछ नहीं. तो it's good to see Deepak Chahar back in that zone because
Yeah.
I think again we've talked about this in the international circuit as well कि you need all rounders. Why is there that India एक ही fast bowling all rounder बना पाया after a couple of years?
Yeah.
Who actually matters?
Yeah.
At least in the international scene. So it's good to see. Coming to Chennai, I think we've talked a lot about Mumbai. So Chennai mein we already know the batting. Maybe the middle order did not show that much promise. And again, वो सारा वो spin के against होना ही था.
Chennai people say they stick with their players.
Yeah.
Chennai is also the team which is very comfortable changing according to conditions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this game Sam Curran and Nathan Ellis played. Next game they'll play someone else. They play an extra spinner at some point. Like Chennai is very flexible in that way. So these batsmen as well, they'll give them a run till the time they're winning,
Yeah.
right? Especially playing at home, they're probably gonna be winning.
Yeah.
Because I think 4 out of the first 6 games are at home.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And at
Really?
see that's the Chennai formula is very simple, right? You win 6 out of your home 8 games, you will
And then
qualify.
you have to win like 1 or 2 and then
Exactly.
because
You
if you
will
win like 7 out of your 14 games, you're pretty much in.
Pretty much it, right? So
So-
that's all you need. So Chennai will do that easily. And so from a low scoring game, do you guys want to move to the high scoring game or something else you want to talk about?
Yes, I
Chennai?
think we've talked a lot about these
Yeah.
games. We did cover LSG DC. Okay, coming to that LSG DC game, हमने LSG को बहुत भाव दिया. Commendable effort by DC for sure. I think Ashutosh ki performance was clutch,
Oh, yeah.
and Punjab is an idiot to let him go.
100%.
Like you are retaining again. No hate against Prabh Simran and who was the other guy that they retained?
No, they didn't retain Arshdeep.
They
They
couldn't
could
cross?
They could if they had retained him, they would have
But
retained him
again,
for
like,
4
listen, it's a
crores.
new management under like a new leadership. It's a new thought, right? And they like so I don't think if especially let's
No,
just
with
talk about the
Punjab.
Punjab game. Punjab has won. Right, Punjab has won its first game. Ricky Ponting's come under a new captain, new coach, new thought process. He wanted to build his own team. He set up the team in a particular way with a bunch of all-rounders in the middle, right? They played both Omar Ozai and Marcus Stoinis, which are basically the same player of slightly different variations, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you if they had an Ashutosh that's in the team, where do you play him? Which position do you play? Right? Because if that's the format Punjab wants to go with, then they will go with that. And
You're talking about a fresh perspective, right? But look, with Punjab for the last 14 years, like every 2-3 years they come up with a new coach.
17
new
captains for
perspective.
God's sake,
exactly.
man. 18 seasons.
Sometimes you're like Anil Kumble is here,
I'm
he's
not-
going to do it.
I'm
Sometimes
not-
KL Rahul
Okay.
is going to do it.
Okay, we're not gonna bash Punjab
Yeah.
now, or we're maybe actually gonna do that and then we're gonna praise
Yeah.
them because they actually did very, very
Yeah, they
well.
did very well, but
Yeah. So-
it's a team that needs a little bit of bashing.
So
Like,
I think
don't know,
Punjab
yeah.
and Lucknow sort of had
Yeah,
that
yeah.
thing
yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying. But like, I feel like you do it, in the middle of the season when teams start shit, okay, these guys are not going
I
to
mean-
qualify again. I mean, that poor guy just played the first game beautifully, won in a dominant fashion. The captain like went all guns out blazing.
Oh yes.
Justified his
I
record.
think वो बंदा पर्सनल ले गया है and
Yeah.
in a very good way he is doing absolutely everything जो
Yeah.
बोल रहा है
Yeah.
कि भाई तुम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं दोगे मैं तुम्हारा हाथ पकड़ के साइन करूंगा.
Yeah.
तो he is doing that and absolutely gun performance. I think वो second या third fastest 100 कर भी सकता था.
Yeah.
So for fastest I think Gale 30 balls
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
175 that crazy innings.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolute gun performance and very selfless as well. Last over में I think he had all the chances to like make
Yeah.
his 100, but again he let the other guy do his thing.
Shashank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who also played very well. 16
Yeah.
balls,
So-
44.
No, they were at one point. I think in 16 overs they were 160, and from there they got to 244.
Yeah, I think last के 30 बॉलों में कुछ around 95 कुछ runs आए थे
That's
with like
wild.
one
Yeah,
wicket.
last 5 overs was 97
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
Last 8 overs was like 120 runs.
Exactly. So that is very crazy. And again, Gujarat Titans on paper उनकी bowling.
No, before we go to Gujarat Titans,
Sorry.
we need to talk about the big show, Maxwell. He seems so disinterested.
I don't know Maxwell, man. Like
Yeah.
he's become so unpredictable. He's become so unpredictable. And I know off camera हम बात कर रहे थे कि you need him for those 3-4 games.
Not even 3-4. Like when you have a team that if you win 2 games in the league stage, which I think Maxwell has the potential to do for a team like Punjab, right? Where he's batting, what he's doing. See,
वो
again,
unwinnable games वाला जो
Yeah.
yeah, like forget that. Just you win 2 games in
Okay.
any way for you. And today he bowled okay. Right, he got the first breakthrough.
It's not his
when he
job
got-
to bowl
That's
okay.
why, but he's doing it. No, he's an all-rounder.
Yeah.
He got the
Part-time
breakthrough.
all-rounder.
He got the breakthrough for
Yeah.
against Gujarat. Or else, I mean, Gujarat came 12 runs close. Man, imagine that partnership didn't break. So he's providing you value somewhere.
I'm not
People who
again,
like, you know, if you talk
There's a
about-
reason why we're calling him Big Show because he is the Big Show.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but all I'm saying is उसके साथ ये more frequently than not
Yeah.
हो रहा है कि वो कुछ stupidity करते हुए out
Yeah,
होगा.
exactly.
क्या जरूरत थी उसको reverse slam
If you
करने
remember,
की?
if you remember
Freedom
last
is-
Titans,
but
no, but
the
no,
question
think
is,
about
is
it.
that the freedom given to them? Ki if the role is ki you just go be yourself, we don't care, you score, you don't score, because we trust you. If we just let you be, you will come good at some point.
मैं
But
मानता
for
हूँ.
how long? For how long? Like, think about this, okay? RCB versus Rajasthan, last year's eliminator. 98 for 5. Maxwell walks in, the Big Show walks in. What does he do? He hits one in the air, gets out on the first ball. Like, you know, this.
The team was also 98 for 5. What happened to
Yeah.
everyone else who got out?
What? Like, there's some responsibility you need to take.
Yes.
You don't throw your wicket away.
Maxwell उस टीम में सबसे senior player है, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
ओमर जाय को उससे ऊपर एक रीजन के लिए भेजा गया था कि हाँ चलो ठीक है मैक्सवेल को बचा लेंगे और लास्ट 4-5 ओवर में वो तबाही कर देगा व्हाटएवर. तो ऑल आई एम सेइंग इज इफ ओमर जाय ट्रैविस हेड ने भी विल कम टू दैट गेम लेटर 4 बॉल लिए थे शुरू एंड देन ही वेंट ballistic. All we are saying is with a player that Maxwell is, the aura he brings, you expect a lot out of him. So an average performance is जैसे हम विराट कोहली की बैटिंग करते थे when he used to be, he was not that bad in his bad phase by the way. But you expect a lot out of players like these, and I get it. You can't deliver all the time. You can't be perfect.
There's a thin line between carefree and reckless.
अब ओमर साई को एक सेकंड के लिए हटा देते हैं. हम probably ये देखेंगे इस पूरे स्क्वाड के अंदर मैक्सवेल को 2 डाउन या 3 डाउन आना ही पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
तो किनको ये
Prabhsimran and Arya for now, right?
Prabhsimran Arya, Shreyas Iyer,
Shreyas
maybe
Iyer.
you can bring in Shashank.
So
in-
Shashank should be a
Stoinis
finisher.
at 4.
Okay.
Stoinis has started playing a lot more.
But
now.
Maxwell should come in before Stoinis, I think.
Oh yeah,
Depends on
100%.
the game situation, right?
Sure.
If you want, so that's what I'm saying. If you want someone to build an innings, if you're in a tradition, you send in Stoinis, you send in a Shashank,
Okay.
you send in Omar Hussain.
Then
if you're just going for a high score, you're winning anyway, you send in Maxwell. Let's see what you do.
Haan,
Maxwell is supposed to be. So one or 2 games, I think I will. We can place a wager on that. I think he will win Punjab this year.
Wasn't Maxwell number 3 for RCB?
And so what?
So he can build an innings.
I don't want him to.
I don't
I
think-
think
I don't
Maxwell is
think
It's
wasting
Maxwell
not
will
time.
about
drop.
what you think.
Maxwell's
No,
wasted
no,
time.
नहीं.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's right in the stance कि Maxwell का काम नहीं है innings build करना.
No,
वो
but-
काम बाकी बैट्समैन का है.
No, but you can't always be like, अरे 150 for 3 होगा तभी मैं भेजूंगा. Sometimes you're going to be 20 for 3.
I mean that is
Yeah.
quite possible.
When that
Like,
happens, we'll see how he does.
Most times,
Okay.
most times you're going to be 50 for 3. You're not like only 2 or 3 out of games out of 4.
Okay. To be very fair, Maxwell does bring some kind of value, be
He
it
does.
fielding, be it bowling, if he's failing in batting. But he's just some player that you cannot keep out of the squad.
Yeah, 100%.
तुम उसको बाहर नहीं रख सकते चाहे वो 10 मैच में भी सिंगल डिजिट स्कोर्स पे आउट हो जाए because you know जो आखिरी के 4 मैचेस में he can actually do what he did to
Yeah, he's like a
Afghanistan.
Stark. Stark the whole season last year for
Yeah.
Canada Leicester not a single good game, man.
Oh,
Not
but
a single good game. But he came.
That's true. That's true.
He came through in the qualifiers.
But
Maybe Maxwell does, maybe Maxwell doesn't. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you keep players of that caliber for that reason.
Of course.
That someday, you see, the difference with the Virat Kohli is that Virat Kohli's job is to build an innings.
Yeah.
no,
Build a
when I
formation.
say build an innings, like you can like hit as well and like still play as a number 3 batter. You don't have to.
Why do you want him to play number 3?
Okay.
Because bro, like as you said, he's of that caliber.
No, he's
he
not.
is,
I
yeah.
think he's much better as a Russell kind of a player, as a player like
Exactly.
I
Henry.
won't
Let's talk
trust
about
him
it.
with.
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
want
it.
him for 3
Let's
and
talk
then
about
he
it.
takes it to the 10th over.
This is exactly what Maxwell said after the 2020 season. He in the entire season he didn't hit a single six. Right? He came out and when he spoke about it, he was like, I am not comfortable with going in and like hitting sixes from the second ball itself. He said that himself. He said that himself. If he has that opinion about his own batting, then maybe push him up the order.
But
That's all I'm trying to
maybe
say.
श्रेयस अय्यर को नीचे कर लो फिर तुम.
To be fair, Maxwell आज छक्का नहीं चौका मारने की कोशिश कर रहा था और दूसरा भी वो बेचारा आउट नहीं था यार. श्रेयस again it looked very out. I won't
Did
blame
they take
Shreyas
a
here.
review?
No, he was not
that's
out.
crazy.
उसका थाई पैड पे लगा बॉल.
Yeah.
उसने श्रेयस अय्यर से पूछा.
Yeah.
He's like नहीं कुछ नहीं है. वो चला गया. बाद में वो इतना ऊपर था विकेट
That
से
is
कम से कम.
crazy.
So imagine इतना बेचारे को ब्लेम कर दिया. He wasn't even out. So like come on.
So
man.
yeah,
We have
okay.
two reviews, you should have-
Moving forward
Yeah.
from the Maxwell bashing.
Yeah.
Talking about Punjab batting overall, I think it was a pretty faultless batting.
Yeah.
Top order के batsmen were quite good. Maybe Preston didn't do well, but
Gujarat's bowling. Man, Rashid Khan going for those many runs is always a.
Mohammad Siraj 4 for 54. Kagiso Rabada 4 for 41. Rashid Khan 4 for 48. The only good bowler was 4 overs 30 for 3. Sai Kishore, who has actually been very good.
What a find for Gujarat.
So
right? Like,
okay, the one wicket
Sai
Maxwell.
Kishore and Sai Sudarshan.
Oh man. I mean, to be fair, Gujarat ka bowling has always been very strong on paper, but again, discussing off camera, we should have actually included this conversation on camera. Kagiso Rabada का मुझे अपील समझ में नहीं आता है in white ball cricket, especially when it's sleep cricket.
Yeah.
He's a great test bowler. One of the, I would say, active greats. May say if I were to pick like 5 or like 6 bowlers, Kagiso Rabada would be there. There's a certain level of threat, like वो Bumrah level threat है उसका.
Yeah.
पर somehow वो white ball आता है and again I know that no Jofra Archer तक को नहीं छोड़ा उन्होंने उसका वो he's worse in that category, but somehow these bowlers need to understand तुम 150 जितनी दूर तक फेंकोगे मर्जी तक फेंकोगे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता उतना ही लंबा मारेंगे.
Yeah.
So Punjab.
I think Bumrah is probably the only bowler who's probably immune to these pitches. I don't see any other.
mean,
bowler.
yeah,
I don't see
ठीक
any.
है,
If you
other
think about it,
bowler.
pacers, right, worldwide, except Bumrah, I am trying to think about any other pacer.
I don't think there's any other bowler
Yeah.
जो.
So what do you expect of Rabada? Okay, hopefully he'll take, like, he's also, I think Rabada's not a wicket taking bowler in
White
in
ball.
white ball cricket.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue.
But that's
He
what
doesn't
you
have
need,
that
right?
lethal yorker.
Otherwise,
He
you have
doesn't have
Bumrah
that
level
lethal
stats,
bouncer.
4 overs, 7 runs.
Yeah.
Like that is unbelievable
Yeah,
statistics.
that's,
So
you can't even compare it to that,
yeah,
right?
so I think Punjab ka okay.
And also, I think
Yeah.
talking about Gujarat,
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
you look at Rashid Khan, like he's had an average game. He had an average season last year.
Yeah, actually,
So,
Rashid's
yeah,
graph
like,
is slightly,
like
I think
he-
people are
Even
starting
in
to get
international
Yeah.
cricket, मैंने उसको बैट बॉल में दोनों में परफॉर्म
Yeah.
करते हुए नहीं देखा for some time.
Yeah.
Again, but comes with a
I
cloud.
mean, he's so again, the expectations for Rashid are also very high.
Yeah.
He's been picking international cricket, league cricket. He's been taking those couple wickets.
I
here,
get,
two,
yeah.
He's performing like if you take like a regular player who plays,
Yeah.
he's performing. But what do you expect from Rashid is a swim in the right?
Yeah.
Right? Like you go there.
Or Glenn Maxwell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with bowlers it's trickier, right? Bowlers it's a little bit more tricky,
Yeah.
especially when
Yeah.
you're a spinner, you do the wicket taking option, right?
Yeah.
But Gujarat's batting, I think they did decently well. I don't think they should be sad about what happened.
Not at
They'll
all.
click at some point.
Man, this guy Sai Sudarshan, I think he was the highest run scorer last season, if I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. And
For Gujarat, yeah.
no.
Not
overall
overall.
कौन था?
It was Kohli.
Kohli था.
Kohli.
चलो,
Kohli
Gujarat
was
can say,
700.
and then the season that Gujarat actually won,
Yeah.
उसमें Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill were absolutely
Shubman
amazing.
Gill was crazy that season.
Oh, yeah.
700-800 run थे उसके
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
हाँ,
800 runs.
So yeah, close
890 if
to
I'm not wrong, so-
very close to what Virat did.
Virat.
No, I think that was the season they lost in the final against
Yeah.
CSK.
Oh
Yeah, that was the season they lost.
Yeah,
The
you're
first
right. The
two
two
seasons.
balls.
Yeah.
The first season Gujarat won. उसमें
That was more of a fingers coming together, right? Everyone was
yeah.
having the first 7 games had 7 different man of the match.
No, randomly Riddhiman Saha would come and score 80 runs.
हाँ,
Yeah.
उसका anyway, I think गुजरात का the batting
order. Like,
yeah. So I'll tell you. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill.
Sharan Rutherford's a good, like, we all thought Glenn Phillips, and he's come in and he's performed well.
मुझे Glenn Phillips इस squad में fit होता नजर भी नहीं आ रहा.
I mean, it's either him or Rutherford who plays.
So आज Rutherford ने okay sure he played
well, so right now he probably
decent inning था, but उसके around लोग पत्तों की तरह बह रहे थे, तो he had to play slow. उसके बहुत जल्दी हो गए थे 40s में, then he had to play slow. And obviously पंजाब ने वो जो 3 ओवर में बॉलिंग हुई है, what was that guy's name? I'll tell you. This guy. Vishek Vijay Kumar.
I think he's the game changer.
Again, 9 का इकोनॉमी था, but उसके पहले ओवर में रन लगे थे जो लगे. उसने सेकंड ओवर में I saw this guy bowling outside off. पहली 4 बॉल में 2 तो वाइड थी, जो 2 रिव्यू भी लिए.
Stuck to his plan.
But he stuck to the plan and it was pinpoint accuracy. और वो over and the last over he did अपने आप को reclaim कर लिया. Anyway, talking about Gujarat for a second. बैटिंग में ऑब्वियसली फॉल्टलेस बैटिंग थी. इतना बड़ा स्कोर शायद आईपीएल में पंजाब ने लास्ट टाइम चेस किया था, जो 240 वो भी
260
हाँ 260 को चेस किया था. आई डोंट थिंक 240 वाले स्कोर इतने आसानी से चेज हो सकते हैं. अगर हुआ भी तो एक ही बार ही होगा, मैक्स 2 बार ही हो सकता है.
I think this season will happen more often, but you still like can't blame.
No, I think 240s can be chased, 260 can't.
Yeah.
260 is a little too much. Yeah. I don't know. I think 240s, yeah, and as soon as it crosses 220.
उसका फास्ट बॉलर अंदर आ रहा है, उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा पिचेस का क्या हाल हो गया अभी तक.
मैं मानता हूं, लेकिन 220 के बाद ना आपके दिमाग में आ जाता है मुझे अब 11 या 12 रन.
But it's also the other way around as well, right? ये साला हर बॉल पे मारना ही है.
Yeah.
And you know that also happens.
No, it's also like number 8, number 9th of batting impacts of BFs.
It's a 200 वाला game where you start thinking, oh, I should like slow down a little bit, I should make sure I stick.
12वें ओवर के बाद जैसे डीसी के गेम में हुआ था यार, वो इतना स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे, but somehow पता नहीं कैसे they pulled it off. And again, coming to batting depth, for example, Gujarat Titans की batting depth, Ghost, Shah Rukh Khan can hit as well. By the way,
Shah Rukh Khan is still there.
Yeah, he hit a 6
last ball पे छक्का मारा.
Rahul Tewatia.
राशिद खान को बैटिंग का चांस नहीं मिला. So they have decent batting. Even for that matter, Kargis और Rawada भी इतना तो लपाट सकता है कि अगर एक ओवर में 10-12 रन चाहिए तो कर लेगा. इतना तो है उसके पास. So point is obviously teams are going for batting depth. ये तो हमने overall cricket में देखा ही है.
But the impacts that we also have an extra batter in there, right?
But you always have to remember, anyone who is not that familiar with cricket, ये मेरी ideology and a lot of people agree to it. The team with the best bowling always wins the tournament. Whatever batting you have, you can take the example of Hyderabad. वो 300 टच करने के चक्कर में सारा साल रह गए last time, and they played amazing. One bad day, and that bad day occurred because their bowling was bad.
2 bad days, both against KKR. Qualifier 1 and final. Yeah.
तो you obviously need bowling. आप batting depth में ऐसे जाओ कि your those वो जो 5, 6, 7 वाला slot है, they can give you easily 6, 7 overs, or they can also pick a wicket or 2 minimum in that.
I want to agree with you. I mean, I guess we can come to the Hyderabad game, but I feel like the team Hyderabad has now created, they have the ability to score so many runs so consistently. Because you think about the batting order, man. Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head. You get them out, Ishan Kishan comes in. Get them out, Nitish Reddy comes in.
Klassen.
You get them out, Klassen comes in. You get them out, this guy comes in. What's his name? He also hit it a little bit.
We'll come to the game.
So it's like I feel like if now. I think T20 cricket with the impact sub, and I don't like the impact sub rule.
It's 12 players essentially.
It's 12 players. I think it reduces the need of having people who are like 70% good at both things. And I think that's an issue because
Shivam Dubey.
I blame Big Bash.
Reduces the need of bits and pieces.
Yeah, like bits and pieces players, right? And I think it's a little bit sad because I like the fact that people are scared. Now there's no scared because you have enough batting. If there's a collapse, we'll bring in an impact some extra batsman, we'll play it out.
As I said before, I blame Big Bash for this. They introduced a stupid rule. But
they were the first ones.
Yes.
They stuck to it. So
again, as I said, वो it's like a virus की और entertainment में एक और player add हो सकता है, चलो कर देते हैं. इनका बस चले तो ये batting bowling पूरी change कर दे बाद में कोई भरोसा नहीं.
As long as it doesn't happen in T20 international.
हाँ, as long as ये बस वहाँ तक सीमित रहे ठीक है. Because ये 2-3 महीने तक सही है, चलता है, बढ़िया अपना run bowler की पूरी base थी. मेरे हिसाब से bowlers हटा देने चाहिए अब, and it should be a bowling machine.
So Kagiso Rabada made a very interesting point. He was like, no, why do we call this sport cricket? Call it batting.
हाँ. like again as a bowler ये मेरे sentiments निकल के आ रहे हैं बाहर.
It's only Sunil Narine who is Jaspreet Bumrah who are going to survive after this. So only those two.
हाँ तो कुछ टाइम में AI वैसे भी एडवांस हो जाएगा. वो उसको बॉलिंग मशीन को रख देंगे कि हाँ भाई उसकी वीकनेस देख के जो मर्जी whatever, and then batsman will be somehow hitting runs. So anyway, ending the note on the Punjab Gujarat game. Entertaining game overall. I think वो last के 3 ओवर बहुत भारी पड़ गए. गुजरात क्रूज कर रहा था 180 for 2 and I know they had a lot of runs but momentum उन्हीं के साथ था. पूरे गेम में मुझे नहीं लग रहा था 16 ओवर तक पंजाब के पास एक भी सेकंड के लिए गेम आया इतने रन मारने के बाद.
That's interesting because I felt the other way around. I thought Gujarat were always in the chase, but somehow I had that belief, especially with the way Arshdeep was bowling, that Punjab will make through it because Arshdeep ke over better with it.
So let's also talk about Butler's batting. Like on paper, if you look at it, he scored 50 of
54 of 33.
But then
Got out at the wrong time.
yeah, he got out at the wrong time, and also like they were chasing 244 and they were 110 overs, 144 in the last, and no matter how steep, how flat the pitch is, it's always a steep run chase. No, you can get that in the first innings. In the second innings, knowing that you have to get that much, it's always going to be tougher.
Yeah.
So I felt like, and I think when they were 100, Gill had scored 39 and gotten out. Sudarshan had gotten to a 50, but he was still at 15 of 13 balls or something. I think he could have,
That I agree with कि गुजरात के players ना key moment पे out हुए हैं जहाँ पे out नहीं होना चाहिए. Obviously there's no right time to get out, but कुछ points ऐसे थे जहाँ पे अगर they could have actually survived a few balls. ज़्यादा रन से नहीं हारे हैं वो 10 रन से हारे हैं. That's 2 balls.
I think that Butler wicket was quite important.
Yeah, Butler का wicket important था, and as soon as Rutherford got out,
who took Butler's wicket actually?
Bold Marco Jansen.
So,
And Marco Jansen was also pretty expensive in the beginning, but again उन्होंने 15वें ओवर 16वें ओवर के बाद ही वापसी करी है. आप ये देखो ना यार 18 ओवर में उनके 199 हो गए. I understand 2 ओवर में 40 बहुत difficult होता है, but they came quite close. Even the batsmen, like
it was a closely contested game, but I think Punjab will go into the season with a lot of confidence after this.
अच्छा चलो हम last game discuss करेंगे.
Oh wait, we aren't talking about Chahal.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
On and off the field. Be your own sugar daddy.
Oh come on.
Cricket
Well, let's keep the
First you want to fund the IPL itself, now you're into Chahal.
We'll do a separate episode. I promise we'll discuss this like gossip and like.
It will just be Perry and his imaginary friend.
No man, I'll have a discussion with you. Come on man, you also like gossip.
No, I do not. Sorry.
You don't
I don't know,
like
it was just funny that he went to the hearing with that t-shirt also. I don't know.
I mean, ठीक है, bold man. Like the guy has funny personality, so.
Chahal did well. I think he did decent, right? The bowling figures wise. I honestly like so many games have happened that my brain is becoming fuzzy.
3 overs 34 for no wicket.
So
not that good. I mean, इस game में bowling, frankly speaking,
he'll get to it. Give him some time.
that Fisher guy was good, even though he didn't take wickets. But अच्छी bowling थी. Sai Kishore was the only good bowler in this.
100%.
So I think it's a good time for us to discuss the last but the most. Like what do you call that game, man? It was not cricket.
It's called Maut Ka Khel.
हाँ. वो डर का माहौल.
डर का माहौल. I think every team who's playing against Sunrisers except Chennai, they will be scared. They will be like, क्या हो रहा है वाला हमारे साथ?
Yeah, that's true. So coming to Sunrisers.
Do you guys think? I mean, before we start, they will score 300 this season?
That has been the topic.
They will get to a bunch of the 280s.
हाँ, मुझे भी ऐसा ही लगता है.
I think 300 is
हो
going to
जाएगा.
reach this year.
यार,
it
If they
requires.
get 300, if they get to 300, give them 5 points. Bro.
So I think 300 के लिए both the openers will have to somehow score 50s. And quick 50s that too. कि आप ऐसा नहीं हो सकता जैसे for example अभिषेक शर्मा 24 of 11, obviously 200 strikes.
ईशान किशन ने उसके 50 बना दिए.
मैं मानता हूँ, लेकिन अब कई बारी वो जो गैप तो उतना ही है ना 14-15 रन का, एंड 14-15 रन का गैप आता कहाँ से 3-4 बॉल. तो वो somehow even though it didn't run out of puff by any means necessary, but इस मैच में उतने छक्के नहीं लगे थे सनराइजर्स की तरफ से जितने एक नॉर्मल 200 प्लस मैच में लगते हैं. There was a lot of force, and that tells कि ये सिर्फ मारने नहीं आए हैं, वो they're actually finding gaps in the field.
Gap, the way Ishan Kishan's fours I was seeing.
Oh,
that's not a gap shot. He's just going and one bounce four.
And also like
he's swinging it every ball. Oh, it's just going for a four, man. You can't have that.
Some of the sixes he hit in the same spot, same area. वो कुछ अलग डाल दे, bro. मतलब slower डाल दे, कुछ नया.
They did. We saw the highlights right before this shooting. वो स्लो बाउंसर भी मारा तो उसने ऐसे करके चौका मार दिया यार. So there was just like वो kryptonite मिल गया उनको somehow for all these bowlers, and I
mean at Chinnaswamy maybe they will score a 300. I don't know if they're playing at Chinnaswamy this season, but I think that's where you get the 300.
Oh, I mean
it's a very small ground. Wankhede maybe.
Wankhede, Chinnaswamy.
But I think Wankhede, by the time Bumrah will be back.
Yeah,
I think any game where Bumrah is playing, you can't score a 300 because then you have to score 300 or 16 overs.
Yeah,
that's a little
like
more
280 something or 16 overs. That is next to impossible. But anyway, I think obviously great batting. This is what we expected out of Sunrisers.
They are playing in Chinnaswamy. I'm sorry.
They are.
Because
there's some hope.
Yeah.
There's some hope.
Some hope. I am quite confident
on the 300 mark. So. Great batting overall, no complaints whatsoever. I think बहुत rare होता है कि the first 6 batters have a strike rate over 200. So that is.
Ishan Kishan, man, he's nowhere near the Indian team setup. He's fallen down the pecking order. He's maybe the 5th or 6th choice right now. Man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel poor. I feel bad for the poor guy because ठीक है, sure, the whole domestic shamble and whatnot. So is like again coming to that same topic. Hardik Pandya ने भी कोई domestic नहीं खेला है.
I mean that's fair, but Hardik Pandya is also a unique skill. We have enough like Ishan, who's replaced Ishan? Sanju Samson.
You place players.
No, but like
अब देख वो लोग टेस्ट में फेल हुए.
No, I think
Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli तक को खेलना पड़ा.
नहीं, I think the problem was Ishan Kishan not playing Ranji, right? But Hardik Pandya, like he's not a red ball player anymore, which is why he's skipping Ranji. He's played
I'm not talking about that, but Ishan Kishan को white में कहाँ chance मिला?
आपको हार्दिक पांड्या का replacement नहीं चाहिए ना, replacement नहीं ना, but अब look at the replacement. Sanju Samson played well.
He got more chances than Ishan Kishan though.
That's fine. That happens. Set up to have a particular season. Habib trusts Samson a lot as well.
For him, it's nothing but up now.
Yeah.
वो Shreyas Iyer वाला route, same exact strategy follow करते रहो. Just do as you say or more, and they'll be bound to give you a contract somehow. So I think Ishan Kishan के लिए it's a little more difficult because when you are that top 3 वाले batsman place में, वहाँ तो लगी हुई line, वहाँ से एक पूरी team बन सकती है. So
I mean, kudos to Cummins because Kishan said it in the interview afterwards. They've given us you go hit from the first ball, and if you get out on 0, we don't care.
What I like about the team and especially Ishan Kishan in that is वो बंदे ने पहले गेम में आके ही बताया that I am here to gel. I'm not here मैं अपने पास स्टाइल से नहीं खेलूंगा. ये टीम का brand last season से at least has been that I'm gonna constantly like we're just gonna go bang bang bang. बहुत batting है हमारे पास and good batting that too. So he trusted his skill and obviously has he ever scored a century for Mumbai? I don't think so. He came close one match I think.
He got a 99 against RCB.
RCB and एक उसने 80 कुछ मारे थे 28 balls में I remember. What an innings.
You see, did someone bowl decent? I think Jofra Archer 76,000 over costly assignment as well. Head of the Dinda Academy.
Should have raised the ball after the 50 man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
Dinda Academy is
probably disappointed he didn't get 100.
Okay, you can't bash Dinda anymore because that record was broken last year Mohit Sharma se and अब Jofra Archer is
what was
the Dinda was
73 कुछ था 4 overs. This got broken by Jofra Archer.
Dinda used to be Dinda used to go for 50 consistently.
So that is
so sure 70 is the new 50 now.
70 is the new 50. That's fair. 50 is a good spell nowadays.
Do we think any bowler would concede about 100 runs?
4 overs?
Oh, in 4 overs, नहीं?
4 overs में 4 overs में 100 कैसे होगा?
You told 25
90.
हर ओवर में यार हर ओवर में 4 बाउंड्री.
तो सारे bowler को पड़ रहे होंगे.
सारे नहीं, but you don't give that like if a bowler is having that bad of a day. Because अभी
उसको 4 ओवर दिए क्यों?
20 रन पर ओवर पे नहीं गेम खेला जा रहा है.
Okay.
तो अगर कोई उतना बंदा खेले तो उसको चौथा ओवर नहीं मिलने वाला. फिर सहवाग आके बॉल डाल देगा जैसे करा था एक बार.
Fair enough. 100.
तो वो वाला सही चल जाएगा. तो no one bowled well. Fazullah Farooqi didn't really come off.
Okay, 80 is achievable.
80 is achievable. 80 is probably achievable.
76 हो गया तो 80 क्यों नहीं हो सकता? तो anyway,
Rajasthan also played decently.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like if Yashasvi Jaiswal had stayed there for a bit, they would have gotten like a lot closer than they did already.
As you said, 260 के ऊपर chase करना is next to impossible. At least अभी इतना cricket advance नहीं हुआ है. I will be वो एक anomaly थी पंजाब वाला game. Livingston I think.
No,
and
Shashank.
Livingston ने भी मारे थे उसको.
Yeah, I think both.
तो that was an anomaly.
Bairstow ने मारे थे.
Bairstow. Oh yeah. Century थी उसकी. So anyway, I think 260 के ऊपर you pretty much आप mentally हार चुके हो तो.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Dian Parag the captain? Like how was he done?
पता है funny
Forget
enough,
your inhibitions about him. How do you?
Funny enough, I didn't even know he was the captain because I missed this game. It was the morning game on Sunday. on Sunday, and मुझे नहीं पता था.
Saturday night he was partying hard.
it was his birthday, so.
Oh shit, it was my birthday. I was partying. I was like, I think this guy was partying.
I missed the game, and मुझे लगा था that this is all just a joke कि वो थोड़े overs के लिए captain बना है.
Yeah.
But again, coming to the captaincy, पहली बार मुझे नहीं लगता इस गेम में धोनी भी captain हो सकता था, and with that special lineup राजस्थान का, not that हाँ. बॉलिंग इज वीक, सो मुझे नहीं लगता आप कोई भी ऐसा चेंज कर सकते थे टू हैव और ऐसा फील्डिंग चेंज कर सकते थे क्योंकि फील्ड पे थी नहीं बहुत ज्यादा. सो
I'm just happy Zampa gets a full season. Finally, I think he's the best spinner in the world.
yeah,
In terms of like international cricket, I think he's the best leg spinner in the world. Best
Really?
leg spinner in the world, in my opinion.
sure like top 5, but
No, Rashid Khan's the
I
best.
think
Oh, come
he is the best.
Rashid Khan's
I
the
think
best.
Zampa is the best leg spinner in white ball cricket, and I'm just glad he gets.
he
a full
doesn't really
season.
spin the ball that much though.
Okay.
So he's the best slow bowler. Sure.
He's a wrist spinner. He's the best wrist spinner, and I don't care if it spins as much as it doesn't. I think he's the best. Wrist
Sure,
spinner.
I would say top 3. Let's say.
Who's the best?
मेरे हिसाब से. Good question. You said Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'd want to say Kuldeep Yadav. But
I want to too, but then.
I'd want to say Kuldeep Yadav, but again, uska.
See, I was a Brad Hawk fan, so I'm a Kuldeep fan. Like I don't think people realize how important Brad Hawk in that one Calcutta season when he was playing at 42 was for Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah.
People forget that was a big reason Kuldeep Yadav became what he became.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, coming to IPL, Rajasthan, valiant effort. Again, you had to.
सभी का valiant effort था जो chase कर रहे थे इस बार.
तो सभी ने pretty much valiant effort दिया है. And funny enough, I think chase करते हुए कितनी teams जीती हैं? CSK जीता है, DC जीता है, RCB 3.
So I mean pretty fair.
So it's not like क्योंकि पिछले IPL में ऐसा हो रहा था that people were just going हाँ कि toss लेके एक decision set.
I don't know because I didn't notice. Did the second ball get used? Did that new rule have any impact?
Second ball.
So after the 11th over, if there is dew in the second innings, you can get a similar using the ball now replacement.
I don't know if that rule's there or not.
It is there. It is there. I don't know if it got used.
Bro, that there could be a lot of
because then the ball is of the same condition, but it's not that wet and spongy.
Oh, yeah.
So the spinners can bowl a little bit later.
Wow.
So
That's actually a good rule. Like if you come.
But again, it's
to
subjective,
combat
na?
the dew.
we have to see how.
If it's a Mumbai game, then you pretty much get Rohit Sharma or Hardik Pandya to select that ball. The umpires won't. Or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ipso facto,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like there.
So-
But I mean, after the first round, what's your top 4 predictions now?
Top 4.
First round.
I think मेरे top 4 predictions would be has to be CSK. I think Punjab has a decent chance. What else? Hyderabad and I'm trying to think. Maybe it could be Delhi.
Delhi.
So it could be a very good mix of teams that we've seen and teams that we've not seen so much.
Fair enough.
So CSK, Punjab, Delhi, and SRH is what my prediction is.
I think Chennai will be there. I think they're winning 7. I think they should be winning 7 out of the 8 home
Or they
games.
could have a very bad season, man, because it did
Punjab.
happen. No,
It happened only a couple years ago.
Yeah. So again, CSK का they've always been a team जो quietly like silent killers होते हैं ना जो
Yeah.
इतना कोई appeal नहीं होगा उनकी टीम में लेकिन
Yeah.
somehow
Exactly.
everything fits with them.
Exactly.
So anyway, CSK.
So yeah, I think I think they'll win 5 out of the 7 games. So CSK, Mumbai they should come good. I'm hoping they come good. So the second team would be
And
Mumbai.
there's no reverse jinxing this.
No. I genuinely want Mumbai to come
नहीं
good.
नहीं genuinely top 4 बता रहा है ना.
Yeah.
बाद में मत बोलना कि ओ मैं तो
Jinx करा
मैं तो
रहा है.
राजस्थान
No,
को
like
support कर रहा हूँ.
I want Kohli to make it to top 4 as well. Alright, but I don't think that team's gonna make it to top 4. So Mumbai, CSK, SRH, they're playing 7 games in Hyderabad, 1 in Mumbai, 1 in Delhi. So I don't know. So the third team is RCB. The fourth team I'm gambling between DC and Punjab.
So you don't think Hyderabad is
So you said-
No, I said the third team is
You said
Hyderabad.
RCB.
you said CSK Mumbai.
I said I would want RCB
I
to
think you
come, but
misspoke by mistake.
Screw
You said
that.
RCB.
Screw that.
Okay, yeah, my
Tell
bad.
us your predictions. 4 things that you think will be going.
okay,
to the
Mumbai,
playoffs.
CSK, SRH.
हाँ.
That's 3. Fourth team gambling between Delhi and Punjab. I think Punjab will win.
Okay, sure. So
So I mean, I'm a KKR fan, but I don't think KKR is going to make it this season.
yeah, me too for some
yeah,
reason.
I don't think that's happening. Just because I think the bowling is just not clicking.
KKR and Lucknow.
Rasan needs to have a big season for that to happen.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's gonna be Hyderabad, Chennai. Punjab, which is funny. So all three of us are Punjab.
Yeah, we have 3 teams common in the.
Also Punjab, which each one of us having is quite interesting.
After all the bashing, yeah.
All the
Yeah.
bashing and I'm the only one who was genuine throughout the podcast. That tells you. And fourth team, I'm thinking between RCB and Mumbai. I think Mumbai has a better chance, but I won't be surprised if it's RCB.
Okay, so you have RCB different. You have what was it?
Mumbai different.
Mumbai different, and I had Delhi.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
let's see who's right. We have three
Now
teams in
look at
common.
Rajasthan,
No.
Gujarat,
Are-
and like some other.
Honestly speaking, Gujarat
Lucknow
actually
and
could
then to
have
top
a
four.
chance.
So are there any teams that we think are definitely not going to be in the top 4? Definitely.
I think that's
yeah.
that's a
yeah.
very interesting question. I think
Definitely not after these.
Let's pick two. Let's pick two.
हाँ ठीक है.
I
Let's pick
can
2
pick one for sure. Rajasthan.
Okay.
Sure.
I think Rajasthan will not make it just based on the bowling they have this season.
Yeah.
Second team, hurts to say, but I think KKR because I'm very sure.
I agree with it. I think KKR. But again, last season में यही हुआ था. No one was expecting them to.
No,
Really
but they had a well-stacked lineup, I felt.
Sure. ठीक है. But anyway,
I believe in GG.
sticking to this season.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be KKR as well. पता नहीं वो नहीं appeal. Second could be Lucknow.
Yeah.
Even though they have a very stack. अगर लखनऊ के
Bowling
players
यार,
fit हैं, हाँ.
bowling नहीं है.
उनका बहुत स्टैक लाइनअप है.
शार्दुल
अगर fit
ठाकुर
हुआ-
bowling है, bowling है, Tyson
हाँ,
Fury
तो you don't have Mayank Yadav, you don't have what was that guy's name who did the helmet thing?
Avesh
Khan.
Yeah.
Decent bowler by the way.
Yeah.
So उनकी bowling somehow lack कर रही है, and again bowling नहीं है, you can't really win 7 out of or 8 out of 14 games.
Yeah.
तो मेरे हिसाब से लखनऊ और KKR है.
Yeah, same.
What
I think
about
Lucknow and KKR. KKR evidently, I don't think they have the lineup this time. Bowling and batting both actually. I think Rahane can give you a good start in the beginning. Narayan can give you a good start.
I mean, I think Rahane has done decent. I feel like it
Rahane
would be
is
surprising
actually
if
good.
Rahane actually ends up doing as well as Iyer did. Because
Yeah.
Iyer did have a monster season for.
Yeah.
He played very well, but he did have a monster season. It's a
Yeah.
captaincy which I mean even Rahane has a lot of experience. I'm just not
Yeah.
sure about his captaincy credentials.
T20 में मुझे अब again Rahane ने अपना personality shift दिखाया है that he has shown to the world that उसके अंदर adaptability है.
Yeah.
कि a player that Rahane was in Rajasthan, as soon as CSK got him, एक तो पहले तो कोई भी player जो struggle कर रहा हो,
कई जगहों पे घूमा था.
Delhi गया था.
He was in Bangalore also for
जहाँ
one
मर्जी
season.
गया
Yeah,
वो,
Delhi KKR
but
गया.
उसका जो वो shift हुआ था ना, वो CSK में आके हुआ था. यार 20-20 बॉल में वो 60-60 रन मार रहा था.
Yeah.
You do not expect that from Rahane.
Yeah.
कोई भी IPL player या कोई भी player in general struggle कर रहा हो, just go to CSK.
Yeah.
तुम्हारी grooming, I don't know what they do, man, but somehow those players are always better than what
Dhoni,
they
a
do.
little bit of whatever juice
Exactly.
Dhoni's injecting, he gives them
पता नहीं क्या
some sort of doping's going on there.
No matter how old you are, bro, like you could be 39 and you could become the best player in the
I
world.
mean, Imran Tahir had a great season.
Yeah, at 40, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think
Only player I think who didn't go crazy at Chennai was Harbhajan.
Oh yeah.
since we
That's
have
true.
since we have 3 teams common in our playoffs prediction, who do you think is going to top the table?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad?
Hyderabad.
I think
Top 2 तो Hyderabad.
हाँ, I would say that कि top 2 में हैदराबाद आएगा. I think it could be CSK
It was
Hyderabad.
already a stacked team.
Yeah.
They've improved the batting by allocation. They've improved the bowling in my opinion.
That's true.
You know, I think like before these matches had taken place, I was gonna say Mumbai and CSK, but then Mumbai, like if they don't come good or like early on in the season,
I don't think Mumbai top कर सकता है even if they're qualifying. They just don't have that. वो नहीं है उनके पास for some reason मेरे हिसाब से. I could be very wrong, but I want to be right because I hate Mumbai Indians. So I mean,
fair enough.
Anyway, so coming to highest run scorer, like the orange cap and the purple cap.
Yeah.
Predictions now.
Oh, very
Orange
hard to
cap,
predict.
Travis Head.
Travis Head?
I think Shreyas Iyer could have a path-breaking
Ooh.
season, but Kohli will be in the top 3.
Sure.
Yeah.
Huh. I actually haven't thought this through.
Question पूछने पड़ेगा भाई साहब.
Yeah, मेरे तो दिमाग में चल रहा है ना. Like I haven't actually thought this through. Who I think it could be Shreyas Iyer or it could be that guy as well, the Sai Sudarshan.
Okay.
Right.
So that could be one player जो like जो होता है ना कि consistently run मार रहा है rather than that big scoring games. उसके वो 40s और 70s वाले score आते रहेंगे. Is what I think. Purple cap.
Purple cap.
Let's keep Bumrah out of the picture. We don't know if and when he's coming back.
I'd like to think it's going to be one of the 3 Chennai spinners.
Noor Ahmed maybe.
Noor Ahmed. Ashwin didn't take a lot of wickets in this game.
I don't think he's
so,
purple cap material.
Okay, Noor Ahmed. That's what I'm gonna go with. Well, it's a very interesting call, but whatever.
I think Tushar Deshpande, just because there's no one else in the bowling lineup who's going to do
Oh yeah, that's
He actually
a very
can do
interesting-
that because he did it once.
Itne run pe- because
बहुत run खाता है
the
वो.
other bowlers are going to keep getting hit.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
also keep going to get hit and he'll get wickets that way.
हाँ,
So,
वो एक miss time होगा कोई shot.
Yeah.
So so you
So,
said
yeah.
you said Tushar Deshpande.
Noor
You said
Ahmed.
Noor Ahmed. I don't know, man. I think
Okay, well, Trent Bolt could be an interesting call.
नहीं यार. Again, his ball moves a lot. Still
Yeah,
swinging.
Mumbai
still
is
swinging.
taking a one
So
चेन्नई में swing हो रही है थोड़ी सी.
वानखेड़े में सी के पास चेन्नई भी सी के पास ही है वैसे.
वो
Yeah.
different type है.
हाँ.
do you think it could be a new player though? It has happened in the past. When Harshal Patel debuted for
It
RCB.
could be. I mean,
But the first few games did not show any glimpses of those players.
What are you saying?
That could take a lot.
Really,
of
I mean,
games. I
you
mean
know,
they were all high scoring.
the
games,
left
right?
arm again, the guy from Mumbai, the left arm.
Oh,
player.
Vignesh Puthur.
Yeah,
But I don't think that's going to be a concern.
Sai Kishore is pretty new. He's not that
I don't
old.
think it's. Yeah. So you don't. So you took the time with your orange cap. Now you're taking your time with the purple cap.
I'm
Gonna do his entire research on
Yeah, and he's like, I want to give the most definite answer. I don't
Yeah.
want to go by what I just feel in my head.
यार feel के लिए okay. I think it could be Krunal Pandya. Just
Fair enough.
I'm gonna throw it out there.
That's actually. a crazy
Hazelwood.
prediction.
Who was the bowling lineup for RCB? Hazelwood, Krunal Pandya.
Hazelwood hai, Krunal.
Is that guy no?
I'll tell you the last
Suyash
Suyash.
Sharma.
Suyash Prabhudesai.
Bhuvneshwar was
Sharma,
injured,
sorry.
so he didn't play.
So Josh Hazelwood, yes.
Oh, yeah, Bhuvneshwar was playing.
Wait,
Bhuvneshwar.
I want to change it. I think it could be yes there. मुझे वो बॉलर बहुत अच्छा लगता है शुरू से because he's made a comeback after that
Rinku
Rinku
Singh.
Singh thing.
After Rinku
मैंने
smacked him.
पहले भी बोला था कि player to watch out for में
Yeah.
यश दयाल होगा तो कृणाल पांड्या और यश दयाल में से कोई एक होगा मेरे हिसाब से they have Krunal Pandya, Rafiq Salam, Suyash Sharma, Levin Livingston.
And then Bhuvneshwar comes back, so Rasim probably sets. So.
So wait, so why was Bhuvi not
He
playing?
was injured.
Oh, okay. Alright.
इतना hype करा कि नहीं खिलाया.
हाँ उसकी वीडियोस आ रही है
Yeah.
कि he's bowling like fire and ये and वो and
Some pull, it's fine. It's a small injury. So,
Think,
good
yeah.
place to end the video.
Alright, thank you for watching everyone. Do like, share, subscribe, do that thing, show us all the love.
Over and out.